So, hello and welcome back to another episode of the Turn 5 podcast. It's just me and Ben this week. Chris is at work and Nia has ditched for a Halloween party.
They've decided to
Absolutely
be ghosts for
no
Halloween.
backbone. It's true. A ghoulishly bad turnout there. And that will be the first and last of my jokes this week. Thank you very much. We're here to talk, of course, about the Mexico City Grand Prix, where we had quite an unexpected pole position. I think it's fair to say. An unexpected front row. I don't think... Well, I mean, Charles said on the radio even he didn't expect it, so...
Crazy.
But a front row Ferrari lockout.
It was so weird.
Wild.
Whole of qualifying was so weird.
I mean, I missed Q1 and was then gutted when I logged in and saw that Lando was already out.
Big F.
Yeah, I mean, that's the risk of it though, isn't it? When everyone goes out at the last.
It was on him. It was his mistake. He paid the price.
Yeah, didn't get a banker lap in, and then that was pretty much it from there.
Then you had the moment at turn whatever in the sort of S's section.
He had a moment there, but I think it was the more when he beached it on the curb, entering the stadium section. Because he looked like he just sort of rode along on the plank until he got to the end of the curb and then could actually turn the car again. Which we've seen a few times. I think Bottas was the last person I remember doing it. Might have been at Spa or something. But yeah, I mean, unfortunate for him, but what can you do?
Yeah, it happens.
Had an absolutely stellar Sunday, though, so we'll come on to that. So yeah, Max Verstappen, P3. Which, I mean, arguably the best starting spot at this track.
Yeah, it's only at Mexico where Max could not get on pole and it'd still be the best place to not get pole.
Yeah. And then Sergio Perez with...
It's like when Valtteri kept coming third at Russia and he's like, yes. This is my plan.
This was all part of the grand plan.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fair enough with the ones that have the long run down to the first corner.
Yeah.
It kind of makes sense. But then Max showed at the restart that it didn't matter. It's
probably one of the only ones left on the calendar now as well, with a long run into two.
It's probably the longest one left. I'd say Spain is quite long.
Yeah, Spain as well. But they're not. Spain's a lot narrower, though, I feel like, to Mexico.
Yeah, and I feel it's also not as heavy of a braking zone, which affects it.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if we started the Baku Grand Prix at the other end of the straight?
It's a horrible. Having a long run into turn one is horrid. It's just a slipstream fest, and then every car's about alongside each other into the brake zone. It's horrible.
Speaking of alongside into the braking zone, Sergio Perez. Wow. I mean, he needs a result, and he did not get one.
It was hilarious. I loved every second of it.
Oh,
it was so funny.
Yeah,
that was. They would say, "Oh, the race isn't won at turn one, but
it's lost."
Know that.
Yeah, they say you can't win a race at turn one, but you can damn well lose one, and he did. And I feel like it's similar to incidents we've seen before, where, namely, where Lewis chopped across the front of George.
Yeah, but Leclerc just turned in on him, so...
Well, Leclerc didn't have anywhere to go. Leclerc did amazingly to just keep it in between the two cars, and then Perez was just like, I'm turning. have fun.
It's like he's trying to fully hit the apex as well, even though there's Verstappen and Leclerc.
And he knows Max is there.
Yes, Perez's corner.
Yeah, but I mean, he said it himself. He took a risk and he paid a high price. But
yeah, fair play to him for that. Actually, he admitted that it was his fault.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's another question mark. I know he has his contract, but again, we'll stipulate this is Red Bull. Contracts don't really mean anything to them. So,
he just is going to be in that seat next year. It's going to be stupid, but yeah.
It's going to be daft, but he's going to be there.
I feel like he could DNF every race to the end of the year and still be in that seat next year somehow.
I feel like the only way he'd lose his seat is if he managed to DNF Max with him.
Yeah, he's either already lost it, so
they don't care about his results now anyway. I think if he doesn't get P2 in the drivers, there'll be some serious conversations had.
If he doesn't get P2 in the driver, then one of the most dominating cars in the whole of F1 history is wild.
Yeah, it's
oh my god.
I mean, it's definitely not just the car though, because the gaps that Max pulls out over him is obscene.
Max as well.
But at the same time, Perez did have performance earlier on in the season, and it's just disappeared. And that may be down to updates or whatever, but like still, it's a quick car. You need to be. And to be fair, he was fighting for the lead for 200 meters.
Yeah, he was in the lead for a tenth of a second.
Yeah, that lasted well. I don't know. I think Red Bull kind of goes well at Brazil, but Mercedes also go well at Brazil. It's going to be a tricky one.
I think was it 2021 last time Red Bull? Actually, no, it wasn't 21. Is it 19? The Red Bull last one with Verstappen.
Could well be. I'm not sure.
Because 2020 there wasn't one, was there? Was there one in 2020? I don't know.
We didn't have one because of COVID. Because it was just the European Championship at that point. Oh wow, the European and Middle Eastern Championship.
So 2019 Verstappen won, obviously, with Lewis taking out Albon. 2020 obviously didn't happen. 21 Lewis came through and won. Then last year Russell won.
Yeah.
So where did Max finish last year? He finished 6th place last year. Oh yeah, because he didn't give the place to Perez.
Oh yeah, that's banter.
Yeah, at the time we were annoyed at Max, but now we can all say Max was right not to do that.
He's stamped his authority all over that. Well, we'll see how it goes this year, but it's anyone's race, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
I say hopefully. I don't know. It's going to be a tricky one to guess, and that's going to be the fun because everything's getting a little bit close in the championship here. We've got a more exciting championship for the podium predictions than the Formula One does. Oh Jesus!
F1 championship is how is Perez going to be this week? That's it.
If Perez keeps his seat for next season, we're going to have the Perez position predictions.
That is, yes.
And it's going to be where is he going to qualify and where is he going to finish.
That is a great segment.
We don't need Mazepin anymore.
Why have we thought of this at the end of the season?
I don't know. It just popped into my mind. I was like, brilliant. That'll do. So let's now hope that Perez does keep his seat, because that will be
come on, Sergio,
top banter. Right. What else was there? So the first stint was kind of meh. I mean, Lando was making good overtakes.
Yeah, but turn one happened with Perez, and then I don't know if Russell got past Piastri, but Piastri's move on Russell into the stadium section was unbelievable.
I think they were sort of fighting it out back and forth, but
yeah,
Piastri. I think Piastri was ahead originally.
Yeah, but then he done him around the outside on the right-hander to cut inside. It was a beautiful move, and then literally nothing happened.
I mean, there was
Magnussen.
Yeah, Lando was making some overtakes. That was about it. We had a couple of pit stops.
Aston Martin team orders happened actually.
Yeah, Alonso had some issue with his car, so Stroll got let go, which is fair enough.
Which is wild. You know, at the start of the season, you would not expect that.
No. I also wouldn't expect Alonso to be the last of the running cars halfway through a Grand Prix, but you know. But yeah, then we cut to a replay of Kevin Magnussen running wide out of the final corner.
Yeah.
And then either the next lap or the one after that, we cut to him in the barrier with an absolutely destroyed car. It was amazing to see that on the replay you can actually see the suspension brake in real time.
Yeah.
Like the left rear just turns. And then, I mean, at that point, you're just a passenger, aren't you?
And then it's like, whoop.
It's, yeah. Would not enjoy that.
It's the car just
like, okay, I'm going left, and then I'm about to go right, and now the car's like, no, you're going left. Meet wall. Then obviously we had damage to the Tech Pro, because that was, I mean, fair, there's Tech Pro there, and so obviously, you know, it is a space you can go off, but I don't think anyone's expecting someone to go off quite that severely in that section. So there was damage to the Tech Pro that they had to sort out, reline it back up. So we had a red flag, which I can understand in this segment. I know everyone's like, oh, but all of the gaps that everyone's earned has been neutralised. It's like, yeah, but would you rather see 16 laps behind the safety car, or red flag it and get those 16 laps raced? I'd rather have the racing.
It's quite understandable.
And even with the safety car, the gaps get gone anyway.
Yeah.
So the only difference is with the red flags is the tyres and people getting free pit stops and whatnot. So, but still, I'd rather have it.
Just pretty much helped everyone anyway. So
yeah, there were a few losers, people that pit just before, like people that saw it was going to be probably a safety car, so came in and got the best of it. Like Max pit like a lap before the red flag was flown. I think Charles was probably a bigger loser in that respect, because he pit like 3 laps before the incident. So, but you know, you win some, you lose some. It's a roll of the dice. I think the biggest loser from the whole red flag thing ended up being Lando Norris, because he lost like 4 places at the restart.
Yeah.
Which was gutting, because he'd managed to get from P17 to P10 when the flag flew. He was higher than that, but then he pit.
He was up to P8 and then he pit, so he lost to Yuki and Hulkenberg.
Yeah.
But at the time, you're like, oh, it shouldn't be that bad. And then he starts and he's back at like 15th. You're like, oh. Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah. I mean, what a drive, though, to end up P5.
Yeah, it's a decent little recovery.
Yeah. Oscar not quite on the same pace again.
Yeah,
he said a bit of damage from Tsunoda.
Yeah, there's some floor damage as well.
So that's understandable. Even before that, I don't think they were quite at the same pace. Like just the rate of knots that Lando was catching him.
Also happened at US, so I just think it's Piastri's first time.
Yeah, it is fair enough. Well. But it's an interesting one.
He's still
doing
and around
really well.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't really complain at his performances.
Yeah.
Where is he in the standings? Hang on, let's have a look.
He's 9th, is he?
Yeah, he's in 9th, and he's got 87 points. And Lando is in 6th on 169.
Yeah, he's chasing Alonso.
He is. I think if things continue as they are, both Lando and Charles could overtake Alonso.
Yeah, it could be a fight for P4.
So,
because Carlos is only 14 points in front.
But we'll have to see. I mean, this weekend there's only 3 races left now.
Yeah.
So it's proper crunch time. So yeah, obviously we had K-Mag's crash, red flag, restart. Max absolutely aced the restart.
Yeah.
Then there was sort of like Lando working his way through the field was probably the biggest story. There were a couple of people trying to make overtakes that couldn't quite work. Like George was trying to get Sainz, but then couldn't, and his brakes started overheating, so had to drop back. Esteban telegraphed the fact that he was going to send it on Hulkenberg over the radio.
I was just waiting for a huge pile up. He's like, I'm going for it no matter what. I'm like, oh, here we go. And then he just
cuts to 2 cars just upside down. Yeah. I mean, bold to like declare it over the radio, but at the same time, like, make it stick,
make it happen.
Yeah,
all or nothing.
Then obviously we had the Yuki and Oscar incidents, plural.
Yeah, but Yuki nearly done it the lap before as well, which is crazy.
Which is really unfortunate for AlphaTauri, because if they'd got those points, they would have been clear of Alfa Romeo in the in the Constructors' Championship. But instead, they're tied on points. But I think it's Danny Rick's finishing position that's holding them above currently. Yeah. So that's, I mean, it's lifted them off the bottom, and they're now in 8th, which is huge. But at the same time,
wild.
1 point will swing it back down. So,
especially at the middle of the season, you're thinking like, are they going to get 2 points or whatever?
Yeah,
it was wild.
Well, at the summer break, they had what, 3?
Yeah,
and that was literally 3 P10s from Yuki, which is nuts.
And they look nowhere.
No, so I mean, fair play. The car has come along. It looked like a rocket ship this weekend. I mean, Danny Rick qualified P4.
Yeah, that was so funny. Qualifying Perez. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, God. It was after the Perez incident, and when Danny was still in P4, I was like, this would make quite a funny tweet. 2 Red Bull engines in the top 4, but neither of them are Perez.
Yeah.
But what happened after that? So, then we got into the bit of the train, and then Lance Stroll sending one on Bottas, and Bottas having none of it.
Very good.
But, I mean, to be fair to Bottas, he was still on the circuit. It's not like he'd run wide and done a Maldonado on Hamilton.
That corner is not Bottas's one bit, though, is it?
Did he get a penalty for that?
I don't know. He paid the price. That's for sure.
FIA. Infringement. Car 77 causing a collision. 5-second time penalty imposed after the race. 2 penalty points. Okay, so I think at the end of the day that dropped him down from second last to last behind his teammate, and that was it. Yep. So, I think he'll just take the 2 points and move on. and then other than that, it was pretty run-of-the-mill affair, wasn't it?
Lewis overtakes Charles, and then
okay, yeah, that was
that in the cooldown room was so good.
Yeah, no, that was good.
Charles didn't realise how close to Lewis he was and squeezing him.
And then Max in the background just like,
yeah.
You can still race?
And then you had the one with Perez at the start, and then Lewis was like, oh, he done a mid guitar.
I mean, he's not wrong. It was pretty similar.
Brilliant. Yeah, the only thing is that the corners cambered a bit more.
I mean, the amount of airtime that Perez got, I'm not surprised they retired the car.
You could see the damage on the side pod.
The side pod was just gone. When they started repairing the car, I was like, no, you're not doing this again, are you?
You come out at the red flag 30 laps down just to make the crowd cheer at every lap now for the end of the race, keep them out.
I mean, fair play. That was such a loud from the crowd. But yeah, oh god, no. When they started repairing the car, I'm thinking, nah, surely not. And then they looked at the back of it, and I think they looked at the floor or something, and just went, nah, no. Get out. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah, and then as Perez is speaking to the media, Max Verstappen fastest lap.
That was so beautifully timed. That couldn't have been done any better.
Moment to sum up the season.
Perez out doing his post-race interviews while Max is just pumping in fastest laps.
Yeah.
Red Bull in a nutshell. That was savage. Right, should we go through our prediction results?
Yeah.
We'll start with Lap Down Showdown because that's nice and easy this week. Nobody won anything because nobody got lapped at any point, thanks to a red flag right in the middle of the race.
Who did we say?
You said Joe. I said Magnus. I said Magnussen.
Yeah, that's unlucky.
I mean, he did get lapped, but his car was kind of in pieces when it happened. Nia said Logan, and Chris said Bottas. So, no, nobody got that. Bold predictions. You said Verstappen to beat Perez by somewhere between 27 and 42 seconds. No, it was about an hour and a half.
Yeah. Well, the race was 2 hours.
Oh, that includes the red flag.
Seconds. Yeah, we still.
Perez lasted all of about 10 seconds.
So Max beats him by about 2 hours, 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Chris said Perez to last less than 10 laps. Didn't even last 10 corners.
Well done.
Nia said Stroll to take out at least 3 people. No. I mean, technically that was us, but you know. And I said double Williams points.
But it was tight. Sargent was 12th, but then he had to DNF.
Yeah.
So.
Unfortunate, but also gutted. Then, podium predictions. Me and Sonia bombed this week, only scoring 3 points by saying Verstappen P1. Oh. And Ben, Chris, and Nia all scored 6 points for putting Verstappen Hamilton 1-2.
Nice.
Which takes the total standings to Chris in last on 75 points, Sonia in 4th on 81, Ben and Nia tied for 2nd on 85, and myself in the lead by 2 points on 87. 3 rounds to go. I'm totally not pooing it right now. Right. It's Brazil. It's a sprint weekend. It means we've got to make more predictions.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I'm just going to quickly write Chris's in, because he's sent his in. And he's living in dreamland.
If I'm still joint with Nia after this week.
Well, you weren't joint with her for 1 week. After Qatar, you had a 2-point lead. But then she reeled it back in after the USA.
She's not even done about half of the predictions. And she's still up there with us. What's going on?
Yeah, imagine if she'd actually been here every week.
Yeah.
Right, so who you got for Pole?
Verstappen.
Chris has also said Verstappen, and I have said Verstappen. I'm yet to hear back from Sonia, but I think she's busy at the minute. So we'll add that in post haste. Sprint winner.
Hamilton.
Whoa. I've gone for Verstappen. Chris has also gone for Hamilton.
Oh, no, it's changed. It's changed. Verstappen.
Oh, okay. You're bailing out on it.
Yeah. I ain't doing what Chris does.
I mean, he is in last for a reason.
Yeah.
Podium.
I'll go. Oh. Norris, Verstappen, Hamilton. I want Lando to win.
He's just thrown away his championship title hopes.
If I throw it away by predicting Lando to win a race, I'm fine with that.
I'm going to do what you did, but in a different order. I'm going to say Verstappen, Hamilton, Norris.
That's the order that you probably should go for, but I'm putting my heart on the line.
This is the championship winning mentality. Sensibility
this is
here.
The Perez mentality. All or nothing.
You want all or nothing? Chris has gone for Hamilton, Verstappen, Russell.
Yeah.
Also, Nia hasn't sent hers in, so we'll get her to tweet them out and give her a points deduction for being late.
We could just make them up.
We could, but it's so tight that I actually kind of want to see it.
Yeah. And normally when we make it up, it somewhat comes true.
What you got for bold?
I don't know. It's quite. I mean, I've said Lando to win, but I don't really want to go for Lando to win, so I want to make up something else. So, I'll say. Oh, can I say Aston Martin points? Is that bold?
When did they last score points?
Ooh, would it have been Qatar?
I don't know, I'm asking you.
Haven't scored in the last 2 races. Yeah, Qatar. Did they double DNF? No, they didn't. Where's Stroll? Oh no, Stroll scored at America. Right, yeah, so that's probably not bold then.
No.
What about double points?
I will accept double points, because that hasn't happened
entirely after the summer break.
Yeah,
I don't think, because Joel's putting his masterclass drives. It's not happened since Hungary.
Blimey. Belgium.
No, Belgium, yeah. Because I was thinking after the summer break, and then Belgium was before the summer break.
This year, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, double Aston Martin points. Nice. You can, however, make up a bold one for Nia.
That is now a bold prediction.
It is, isn't it? Like the start of the season, it was a given. And now it's like, can they actually manage it?
Yep.
Right, what do you want to put for Nia's bold? Because this is like, not important.
Right. So we always involve a driver, and this driver always gets involved in some sort of accident. So, who do we want to be involved in an accident?
The power of the gods in the palm of my hand.
I sort of want to say Perez, but he gets picked on so much.
So much. We've got to let him have 1 week off, right?
We let them slide. And Stroll. We let Stroll slide as well.
Yeah, you want him to score points, that's why.
Yeah. So I think Alpine deserve a little bit of slander.
We want an Ocon?
Yeah.
I'm feeling an Ocon.
I'm thinking Ocon.
Right, what's Ocon happening? Or we could just have Ocon wipes out his teammate.
Yeah, Ocon to be involved in an accident.
Okay, yeah, we'll just say that.
Oh yeah, it's Brazil as well.
Yeah.
Famous rep. So
Ocon in accident. Savage. Yeah. I've said that the top 3 will be separated by less than 1.5 tenths in qualifying.
Okay. I thought you were about to say in the race.
In the race, like, yeah. Oh. Noob.
In comes cars.
No, I know it's a short lap. That's why I've set the time low. So, I feel like that's pretty bold, considering the qualifying gaps that we've had in the last few races, and Max is like 0.6 of a second.
Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, lap down showdown.
I'll go for Bottas.
There's 71 laps in the race. How many laps down will it be?
2 laps down.
2 laps down.
Lap 34.
34. Okay. Chris has said Logan Sargent 37, 1 lap down. I'm going to say Joe. Lap 40, 1 lap down. What do we want to pick for Nia? Alonso.
Yeah,
like,
Alonso's
no, the points.
Incredible.
Alonso lap 25 because it's Nia.
25 and 2, yeah.
25 and 2, yeah. Nice and easy. Oh, right. Well, those are our predictions so far. We'll get the remaining sets of predictions out on social media when we get them. And obviously, Nia will have a points deduction for missing and not responding to yet another week.
How big's the points deduction?
It depends how late she responds.
Wow. Okay.
So it's a rolling scale.
It's we make it up at the time.
Yeah, that's exactly it. But yes, that has been our thoughts on the Mexico City Grand Prix and our predictions ahead of this weekend's Brazil Grand Prix. Is it Brazil or is it Sao Paulo? Sao Paulo Grand Prix in Brazil. We will see you again at the same time next week. Until then, thank you for listening and or watching, and goodbye.